Hello, Indivisible Madison. It's Crystal K with this week's Resist and Reform Report. And I'm happy to say we are finally through our first 100 days, which is a huge milestone. And we have accomplished so much. Not only have we effectively stunted and delayed Trump's corrupt agenda, we have found our voice. We have exercised our people power. And that's no small feat. Many people were skeptical in the beginning that about whether or not we'd be able to sustain our activism and pressure, and we have done just that. And we are only getting stronger and stronger as we continue to get organized, collaborative, united, and all the rest. So that's awesome. Also, this last Sunday, we co-hosted the Fair Maps Town Hall with Organizing for Action. Thank you everyone who volunteered to help with that. Much appreciated. The Fair Maps Town Hall was extremely well attended. It was standing room only, which is kind of funny because Ron Johnson, just this last week in Sensenbrenner, said that gerrymandering is not an issue in Wisconsin, which is 100% wrong, because we are actually one of the 5 worst gerrymandered states in the country, which is why the federal courts ruled that our maps as they are drawn now are unconstitutional. And so, the Republicans are trying to appeal and bring that case to the Supreme Court. But regardless of whether or not they take that, they have been asked to redraw the maps by this November, which is a reason to be hopeful. There is a lot of momentum that has gone up into fighting gerrymandering up to this point, thanks to people like Jay Heck of Common Cause in Wisconsin, who spoke at the town hall, his work and many others. It's now time, basically, for us to drive this home, to keep an eye on it. The Republicans were able to slip these disastrous districts into effect behind closed doors and in secrecy, and just kind of slipped it in and made it happen. But there's no way in heck that's going to happen now, because we are going to keep our eye on it. And we're all sustained activists, so we will fight that. And so what can you do? Let's see. Sign the petition at Common Cause. They're hoping for 3,000 signatures. They now have 3,602. But let's add some more to that to just show how important this issue is to us Wisconsinites. You can also call, email, or contact through social media Representative Voss and Senator Fitzpatrick and tell them you oppose taxpayer dollars being spent to fight the court ruling on Wisconsin's gerrymandering districts. You can call your state assembly representative and state senator and urge them to support Assembly Bill 44 and Senate Bill 14. Also, local press is favorable to competitive elections because they are good for press. Fair maps equals competitive elections. So let's write op-eds about what it's like to be able to vote but have it mean nothing, and from any other angle. So that's another possible avenue to make a difference. Also, this last week's Indivisible Madison email, we're starting to do deep dives once a week into various issues, and the last one was about gerrymandering. So if you're on our email list, look for that. There's a lot of great information in there. If you're not on our email, I would suggest getting on it. It's just email us at contact@indivisiblemadison.org, and we will get you on that list so you don't miss any deep dives in the future. So let's keep the momentum going. There's a real chance that we can go from being one of the worst gerrymandered states in the country to being one of the best. And it will be our efforts that make that happen. And it's a real possibility. So let's keep our eye on all this. And let's see, moving forward, so tomorrow for Resist Trump Tuesday, we're going to be visiting Scott Walker's office again in the Capitol to discuss his bogus stance on refusing to expand Medicaid and his plan to start charging premiums for people with Badger Care coverage. So we will be asking about those in person. Also, Indivisible Madison's own Beth Allman is hosting a voter registration drive on the 6th. So if you would like to learn more about how to empower the vote, that would be a great event to attend. And Beth, I'm sure, will link to all these events and whatnots that I mentioned in the comments, so look for those. And let's see, also, we have our community meetup on the 9th of May at the Lakeview Library, and it's at 6 p.m. So 6 p.m., so for a moment we thought it would be 6:30. It's 6 o'clock we'll start, so mark your calendars for that. And please come, meet more Indivisibles, see what we've been up to, see how you can make a difference to reform and resist in Wisconsin. All right, see you there. Thanks for joining me for this week's Resist and Reform Report. Let's keep doing what we're doing.